Shalom Aleichem. I'm getting ready to make a wonderful mustard green salad, mustard green and arugula that I pulled out of my garden yesterday. And what I'm doing to the mustard is because they have these little spiky, almost a spiky texture to the stem, I'm just going to zip those off. Just going to zip the stem off. Okay, and so that's what I'm preparing to do now, and I'm going to go on and finish the rest of them up, and I'll be back. All right, I have turned this pan down to a medium low, and I have my olive oil in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to begin to tear these up with my hand into the pan. These are the India mustard greens, so they're really tender. I can't say that I have had these before, but I did grow them in my garden, and I wanted to see how they tasted. Okay, so these are the mustards, and then I have a few arugula that I pulled, and I'm just going to pull those apart and put them right on in here. And I did clean these well before. I cleaned them yesterday whenever I pulled them out. Now I have some wonderful chives here. Oh my goodness, they smell so good. And I'm going to tear them right over this little mixture here. And then I'm going to turn my, I'm going to turn this down to low because I do not want to cook these. I just want to put a little heat to it. I really don't want to cook it at all. Just enough heat to make it wilt down a little bit. Since it's my first time, I don't want to have a tolerance of this particular mustard grain. So that's why I'm not eating it fully raw. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up a little tomato. Got a little piece of tomato left here. And I'm going to go on and cut that up over here into my pan. And so I can get a little bit of this tomato in here. These chives are smelling really good. I am loving the smell of this. And the olive oil just mixed with everything just smells so good. I am going to go into my freezer now and see if I have a little ginger. I freeze my ginger and just pull it out as I need it. So I'm going to give this a little stir. Oh, yes, I think I'm going to have a good time eating this. So I'm going to go get my ginger. This is my ginger. I keep it in a little wax paper, parchment paper, whatever you want to call it. And then I keep it in a container. And I just kind of shave it over my food as I need it. So I'm going to put a healthy amount here because I really like the smell and the taste of that ginger. Shave it right on off with my knife, my paring knife, right into the pot, or the pan rather. I could actually use this whole thing, but I may not. need the whole thing. Ginger has a lot of cleansing properties, and so does chives. I wish I had some more chives, but my little container garden is not doing great. However, it did yield a little bit to me, and I wanted to make sure I use that so that the garden, even though it's not doing well, it can feel as if it is still important to me. And so you probably say, well, what does it matter? But these are plants and they are living things and they have feelings too. So that's why I'm going to use it to let it know that I am depending on it and I want it to prosper and bring forth more fruit. Now, I'm going to turn my heat back on a little bit. Well, I'll wait because I want to get everything in here. I have some cut up onions that I keep in the freezer. You have to be careful with onions because if you're cooking with onions, you may cut them up and put them in the refrigerator. But onions, they absorb so many toxins in our air. So it's best not to just have them in the refrigerator. Always keep them in the freezer after you open it up and cut it up. So I love onions, so I'm putting quite a bit of those in there. Okay. Think of anything else I want to add to my little darlings here. Hold on just a moment. Okay, I found some more goodies. Of course, I'm going to add some spices to it. So I'm just going to put a few of these organic. Now, all of this is not organic, but these happen to be some organic rosemary leaves. And I love rosemary. So I'm going to put some of that in there. Just going to sprinkle some Mrs. Dash, and it has all types of seasonings in it. I think you all know that already. And here's some tomato sauce that I prepared. I made some spaghetti, meatballs and spaghetti for my family. They do eat meat. So, but I made the sauce, and I took some of the sauce for myself. And so I'm just going to, I'd say about a tablespoon. I'm not going to drench it, just to put enough in there to get that flavor in there. And this has hot peppers and all sorts of seasonings in it too. Okay. And then, just to give it a little sweet kick, I'm gonna drizzle about a half of, that was a little bit more than a half a teaspoon, but it's not gonna hurt me at all. So what I'm gonna do is add some tofu. Now I don't eat tofu on a regular basis. I used to when I was vegan. I ate quite a bit of tofu. I should say regularly ate tofu. And I would, of course, bake it thoroughly until it was, crunchy. But I haven't eaten tofu in almost 3 years, possibly. But my husband brought some for me. I don't know why he did it, because I hadn't eaten it in a while, but he did. So I don't like to waste anything. So I am going to put some of this tofu in here. And I did turn the heat back on to low. So I'm going to cut up some of these pieces of very, very well cooked, dried out tofu. And I'm going to cut up a little bit of that in here. And then after that, I'm going to serve it up on my plate and let you see how it looks. So this is going to be dinner for today. Lately, I've only been eating once a day, and that's really been doing well for me. Well, I must say, I eat one large meal a day, and then at night I have um, a juice, a fruit, or um, something like that before I go to bed. I have a really, really hard time getting to sleep if I am hungry. So going to bed on an empty stomach does not work out for me at all. And in the past, I've suffered with migraine, severe migraine, and that's one of the triggers. So I do all right during the day, you know, just feeling a little pinch on my stomach. As far as hunger pains is concerned, but during the night, I really need that just a little. If I don't have nothing but an ounce of juice or yogurt or something before I lay down. So, but I am really, really enjoying this eating one large meal a day. I've already had my fruit in the way of a watermelon smoothie. And so I'm going to add this to my diet on today and see how it works. So I'm going to put these things away, and I'll be right back to show you how it looks on the plate.